This is the Said No One Ever podcast.
A podcast about things you never knew you wanted to hear about.
I'm Ian Bennett.
And I'm Martin Moore.
Let's get into it.
Mother Nature has really turned the dial up on the heat in the city these last few days. My God, it's been hot out.
Yeah, we started. We up and running. Yes, man. It's been hot. It's been cold. It's been raining. It's been everywhere. It's Wisconsin, man. Gotta love the weather.
Did you get out this weekend?
Get out this weekend? No, I didn't get out this weekend. Remember, I got the kids. I had the kids, bruh.
Me, my no kids ass.
Yeah.
Me and Jen went for a 20-mile bike ride on Sunday. Dude, I was
And
drenched.
You're crazy. You probably lost like 10 pounds.
If I felt like I did.
So
it
that's
was
good.
so friggin' hot out.
It is hot. It's hot back summer, hot summer, all that summer. It's back.
Hey, speaking of just summer, you know
Yeah.
what? You know what people like to do in the summertime a lot?
Whoa.
They like to travel.
Hey, boy, I love to travel.
You just got back from Florida, didn't you?
Just got back to Florida, yeah. Just did that. But it was business, right? I don't really travel too much for pleasure. But maybe now with this guest, I'm definitely gonna travel with this dude. I have to.
I'm excited for today's episode
too, man.
About travel. And I'm excited for our guest because I met this guy in I think 2015. We connected. We had started our YouTube channels at similar times.
Oh, nice.
And I think I commented on one of his videos or he commented on mine, and we just kind of connected.
Sweet.
And we've been talking for the last 5-6 years.
Sweet.
I just met him. He came into town, came into Milwaukee last week or 2 weeks ago. I just met him for the first time this last, I think,
Ooh, so he's not from
Thursday.
Milwaukee?
No, he is.
Yes, okay.
But I just met him after talking to him for
right,
5
that's
or
what I was
6
gonna
years.
say. Damn, you guys were like undercover. That was cute. This is cute.
So this guy, he's a YouTuber.
Yes,
he's a world traveler.
yes.
He's a dope guy. He's a good friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Collin Rodefer.
Let's go.
Hey,
What up, dude?
What up,
How's it
Colin?
going?
What up, bad
Welcome
boy?
to the podcast, a.k.a. Collinabroadcast.
Hey.
Why don't you tell everybody who you are, what you do?
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me on. And yeah, my name's Collin. I run a YouTube channel called Collinabroadcast, and I just travel the world pretty much, and I go to the markets and haggle with people for the best prices. It sounds kind of weird at first, but I think if you check it out,
It's so good.
Yeah, every
So
time I
good.
try to tell people what I do, it just sounds so weird. But I don't.
That does seem like it would be a weird thing to have to explain to people. Like, what do you do? And he's like, I make YouTube videos haggling for the lowest prices on merchandise.
No, it's awesome,
But
though, the way he does
it's
it.
so
though.
good because when you and I were together this last week, we were kind of talking about it and how your viewers kind of root for you. It's almost like watching a sports
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
It's almost like
Yeah.
watching Ian play soccer because they have this ridiculous price for this bag or this pair of
I
Gucci
love it.
slippers,
I love
and
it.
you're like, I'm not paying that. How about some ridiculous price like $5? And I'm like, I can't do that.
like
And-
10%.
Yeah, if you just keep going at them and at them and at them until they finally cave, and they're like,
Yeah.
all right, fine, I'll sell it to you.
Yeah.
And it's you root for you, and it's funny, it's entertaining, and it's creative.
Is this stuff you want to, right? You keep it or you just give it to people or you
Well, when I first started out,
Okay.
because I was living in China for like a couple
What?
years. Yeah. So I moved from
Dang.
Milwaukee to China in 2015.
Sweet.
And then I've been living there until like 2018. So originally it was stuff I wanted. Like I
Okay.
wanted to go get some shoes.
Yeah.
I wanted a wallet, whatever. But now since it's like my full-time job, and as I travel full-time,
Yeah.
you could probably imagine I'm
what I'm
always
saying.
cycling through
Yeah.
stuff. I can't just travel with all the stuff I buy.
true,
so
true.
now I just look at like comments on like what like people want to see me bargain for, and I'll go like search it out and whatnot. So,
Sweet. But
yeah.
you're dealing with some fake stuff and some, right? Like
yeah,
but it's
mostly.
that's awesome. That's awesome. That's crazy.
So we all travel for very, very different reasons. Ian, you travel for the most part for business, for soccer and stuff like that. Collin, you travel for like a living.
Fun,
and I
pleasure,
travel for
amazing.
pleasure. So
Gosh.
I want to get into some of the things that, traveling, some of the similarities between the three of us, and some of the things that are very different in our experiences and what we get away from it. So I want to get into why do people travel, and what is it about this, ubiquitous desire to explore and to see new things. I want to get into what we've learned from traveling. I want to get into some fun stuff. What are our biggest pet peeves traveling, like flying on airplanes? Like, what are things that like really piss us off? I want to get into how COVID has forever changed travel, kind of the way that 9/11 changed travel. And then just some other fun stuff like, plane, train, automobile, boat. What's your favorite mode of transportation to travel? So Collin, let's get into why do people travel? Why do you travel? What is it about travel that you gravitate towards and people gravitate towards?
I think it's just like curiosity. Like when I started travel, I was just curious, like of what's out there. You know, we get so used to where we are and whatever, and it just seems like this exotic thing just to go like experience the unknown. You know, I feel like if you were to ask people like what would be the number one thing they would want to do, like general people, like I think the answer would mostly be just to travel. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's like a universal feeling amongst a lot of people. So
yeah. I mean, I think it's crazy. Like I travel for a lot for business, not pleasure. Like I'm always either playing or coaching, right? So I don't get to sightsee. But I'm not that guy. I'm more of the atmosphere. So if I'm in a good area, like I'm fine. Like I don't need to see anything. I just need to have fun. If I got my boys, I got everybody there, like I'm good.
Because
so
you're not the guy that like goes on TripAdvisor to like try and find like monuments.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not that guy. Like I'm not like a building. It doesn't do anything for me.
Sure.
I don't care.
Same here.
Yeah, I don't care how long it's been there. If it's still standing, amazing. Kudos to you. You know, but maybe it was good structure.
I could totally.
I don't know.
One of the things I love doing is going through like TripAdvisor comments. I could totally see Ian your comment that you just made. I don't care how long that building or monument's been there. That'd be an awesome like Yelp review.
I'm just there for the atmosphere. Like, if they got a party going on, okay, I'm cool in that building. Like, that's awesome. But like, I don't know, man. I'm not into the site. Like, if the weather's great, I'm real simple.
Sure.
Weather's good. Bang. They got a pool there. They got a beach there. Palm trees. A drink.
So you like to relax when you travel for pleasure.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I like
or just in general.
Yeah, like I like to have fun. Let's just say that. Sure. I like to have fun. If I'm gonna go somewhere and I'm not working, I want it to be fun. A lot of fun. I want to do whatever. I love to eat too. So while I travel, and I think that's the best thing about traveling too.
100%.
You get to taste the culture, and I think that's the biggest thing for me. Like people are like, I want to go see this. I'm like, yeah, I get that, but I'd rather eat something the native dish. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about. I'm not trying to say, take a picture. I'm gonna eat this and be like, dude, I like that, or I don't know what I just put in my stomach, but it's gonna be coming out in like 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but I like that stuff. You probably have a ton of experiences like that, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
you gotta eat that local food.
Yep. Like an experience that I had was before leaving America, I didn't like Chinese food.
Really?
But I was moving to China.
This is so crazy.
So I was like on Google. I was like, does China have McDonald's, Taco Bell? Like just to make sure like I can get something that I like.
Yeah.
But it just absolutely blew my mind when I went there and started eating the food.
It's fire, right?
It's so good.
Really?
And it's nothing like what we have here in America, you know.
Sure.
I think it's
not
like
Wong's Walk.
Right.
Well,
it's not overly
Panda Express.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not overly greasy like you would imagine.
It's clean.
Like, it's cleaner and whatnot.
A lot of seafood.
A lot of seafood, yes.
That's my food. I love seafood.
Martin, when you travel though, what do you guys want to do? Like, are you bringing wives? Are you like that's another thing. There's got to be like two parts to it. Like, is it a guy's trip? Is it like with the wives? Is it with the kids? With the family?
I mostly travel with Jen.
Okay.
One of the things that like when we met that was weird was she had taught English in El Salvador, and she had been to like Zanzibar and Dubai and like all around the world. And the furthest I'd ever been away was like Michigan. Like I didn't travel at all. So I think I flew once to Portland, Oregon when I was like 22 years old. But other than that, I'd never been on an airplane. And so when I met Jen, I think like 2 years after we met, 2009, that was the first real trip I had ever went on. And we went to Las Vegas. And I remember I got this little like crappy Kodak point and shoot camera to like document it because it was a big deal.
I remember watching this video. Yeah.
And as soon as we got up in the air, it was the first time I had seen mountains, and I had experienced like just a different landscape and different people and even different food.
Nice.
And I was instantly hooked. And we just started traveling 3, 4, 5, 6 times a year. I like to travel with Jen and explore. We're almost at all 50 states.
Oh my gosh!
So what is for you guys? What's something that you've learned from traveling or because of travel? Like what is travel taught you about people, about cultures, about countries and stuff like that? What have you learned from it, or what's kind of your takeaway? What has travel done for your soul and your mind?
For me, it's
that's a deep question.
Yeah, and I have like my answer is that minus language barrier, maybe some cultural differences. When it comes to the core of people all around the world, everybody is the same.
I love
you know,
that. Yeah, man.
like everybody just wants to be loved. They want to be surrounded by family, friends, and just be happy. And you know, just to be able to live without having to try to survive. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Live instead of survive.
I feel like the only thing that separates us are the images our governments put on our countries.
Yep.
Ooh,
So when you look at a place like, when you look at a place, you know, another country,
Yeah.
Sure.
and you just see what's on the news about their government and whatnot, you automatically kind of associate that with the people
Sure,
as well.
sure.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true,
but
yeah.
that's not true at all.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can go anywhere in the world and
Yeah.
you would meet the kindest people.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's what I really enjoy about traveling. I mean, I haven't traveled outside of the United States even remotely as close as you have. But the one cool thing that, you know, Jen and I have learned, having been to 47 states and virtually every major city in the U.S. is how massive just our country is and how lucky we are to have deserts and tropical rainforests and
That's true.
snowy
Yeah, that's a good point.
mountains.
That's a
And
good point.
you know, the United States is it's more like a bunch of little countries, you know, and that's been really cool. Just experiencing the different cultures and people, and like you said, Collin, like when it comes down to like brass tacks, people just want to be happy and healthy, and have families and a good job, and you know.
Yeah.
And
No,
I think-
he's right. You're right. I love that. I think you're.
and you get that when
Yeah.
you go to restaurants and
Yeah.
bars and
Yeah.
you know, you just
But yeah, that's with the travel with like the patience, right? I've learned patience, right? Like because he said language barriers. I've been in like Germany and stuff like that where you don't want to be that guy, right? To
Right.
blow up and be
Right.
like that.
be on a TikTok.
That typical, or like you don't
Yeah.
want to be the typical American, right? Or like the plane delays, and you start losing your mind, and you're watching this guy like this guy's crazy.
There's that fucking Americans.
Yeah,
again.
like that's what I'm saying. Thank God I'm Canadian, right? So,
right.
so like they always like, man, like I'm like, oh, sorry, bro, I'm Canadian. But like, no, I don't want to be that guy traveling. I want to be the guy that's gonna help the person. You know, like especially if there's a language barrier. Let's talk it out. We all have phones now.
Right.
We got Google Translate. We can figure everything out,
Sure.
right? So like
Huge.
that's my whole thing. It's like there's barriers, but we can break those barriers down. And I think just traveling, I learned, right? People are not willing to help or be patient, and they get so mad and so fixated on this 2-hour, 3-hour delay. But you know, after that, you're gonna be in a
On vacation.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like, how can you start a vacation stressing out? To me,
Right.
that doesn't make sense. Like, I don't care if I'm at the airport. If I know I'm there for a week or 5 days, and I'm coming to it. For me, you're coming into the vacation already like behind because. Dude, it's a vacation. If I'm delayed, okay, I'm delayed.
Yeah.
So I'm still not working. I'm at the airport. But when I get to where am I? If I'm going to Dubai, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, this flight took me forever. I could care less,
Right.
bro. As long as I get there healthy and safe.
Exactly.
Boy,
Yeah.
let's go.
Get to the
So-
hotel room.
So exactly, and get to see. So that I think that's what I've learned so much is just to have that patience and like really just try to help people out too. If I'm there, I'm not gonna just let this guy struggle while he's there. Maybe I could help. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
Learned
So
a
let's
lot.
get into actually, you know, you brought up a couple things, Ian. Let's get into some of our traveling pet peeves. And
Ooh.
usually most of those come with flying, I feel like.
Yeah.
But like, what are some of the things that annoy you when you're traveling, whether it's going through TSA or when you're on an
is a
airplane or
big
you're
one.
waiting for your flight? Like for me,
big one.
one of my biggest pet peeves is the landing and standing, where like as soon as the plane touches down, everyone like in the back row like stands up and starts getting their luggage, and I'm like, well, hold on, there's like a whole
Right.
goddamn plane that needs to deboard in front of you, and then they stand there like above you, like getting angry and tapping their toe, wondering what's taking so long.
Right.
Like that's one of my pet peeves.
Like I'm usually the guy who waits until everybody is like almost off the plane and then I'm going. 'Cause like I got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Right?
You know,
Exactly.
this is my first time in this
Yeah,
country,
man.
and like you said, I'm
That's
not going to
what
start
I'm
it off all
saying.
stressed out.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
people get up early or quick, and I'm like, where are you going?
Right.
Yeah.
What you're gonna be ahead of me by 4 people?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you still got to go get your bags.
Exactly.
Gosh, I mean that's a pet peeve to me. I think I wouldn't like. It's not. I'm not stressed about it, but I just think it's stupid.
Yeah.
TSA is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie, because you know me. I like my products. You know, I like my creams.
Yes.
I gotta say moisturize, baby. but like, yeah, they take it if it's bigger than 3 ounces.
Yeah.
I get screwed. And like my colognes, my sprays, my smell goods.
That's
you know?
the one I always.
Yeah.
I wear Clinique Happy for men.
Okay.
And even their smallest one.
That's what I'm saying.
Is too big.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
For a decade, I've been able to sneak that baby on
That's-
planes. They
that's my problem.
never have confiscated
See?
it from me. Thank God.
No,
Yeah.
but that's my problem, Martin. Because some places I go, they don't take it. Some places I go, they take it. I'm like, bro, I just flew here.
bastards.
Yeah,
How dare
so,
they?
So I'm like, let's just keep it. Like, so I mean, that drives me nuts because I'm like, dude, I was just. How did I get here? I had this on when I get there. Now I'm coming back, and now you're taking it from me. So like, I mean, those are the little things that. But honestly,
Ian, can I ask you a personal
Yeah,
question?
ask me.
Very personal question.
Yeah.
Are you TSA pre-check?
No.
What?
No. What? No.
How can you
No.
not be
No.
pre-check? You're obviously global entry, right?
No.
What?
No.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you even have pre-check?
I don't even know what that is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know what you're
TSA
talking
pre-check.
about, but like,
So you know how there's two lines?
Yeah.
There's one for the cattle, and
Yeah.
then there's one for people who have pre-check where you don't take your shoes off. You don't have to take your laptop out. You don't.
For real?
You don't take your
Really?
belt off. You don't know.
when's the last time you traveled? Because I just traveled.
Like by a plane?
Yeah.
2019, when we went to
Okay.
Pittsburgh, and
Well,
then
you
we
might
had to
have to check
cancel
that
like
out.
Hawaii.
Yeah,
and all that.
check that out.
You've never done
No,
pre-check?
check that. I think they changed that. Because
No,
I
they
think
didn't change it.
I was there like what 2 weeks ago.
No.
and I saw people go
because
in
the
there.
whole point of pre-check is they do a huge background check
Oh,
on
okay,
you.
so maybe you're
And
right.
so they know that you're a safe traveler. You're called in air quotes a known traveler. And so basically
Dang.
in the United States, if you're TSA pre-check, you don't have to take your shoes off. You don't have to take your belt off. You don't have to empty your bag or nothing. You literally walk up, put the bag on the thing like the good old days, walk through this ball
Really?
scanner, and then grab your
Wow.
bag and go.
Well, I'm gonna check that.
Wow.
And the lines are shorter. Global entry is a similar thing where you're a known international traveler. And so when you come back to like the United States, you don't have to go through the rigorous, stupid questions that they ask you about,
Right.
like, where were you? Do you have any birds and snakes with you and all that shit? And
So that's
I
how
think
stuff gets
it lasts
smuggled.
like 5 years, and I think it's a
So
couple
that's-
$100.
So basically, what you're saying
Fucking
is how
game changer. You never feel
No.
better than another human being than when you're in the pre-check line zipping through it, and then you see like, have you guys ever flown into Denver or flown out of Denver?
I haven't.
So what Martin is saying, that's how smugglers get stuff through our country. Nice. Okay, that makes sense.
They'd have to pass. You would have
What
to.
do you mean? If I got stuff in my shoes, you're saying I don't
You
have
can
to
go
take
So
them?
rogue.
Yeah.
like-
You would basically have to
Gosh, this is amazing.
have to be a nice, a clean person and a clean background, and then for some bizarre reason decide now I want to smuggle drugs.
So Martin now is giving you the blueprint.
That's locked
I can't
up
believe
abroad
you
right
guys,
there.
right?
Locked up abroad.
You just gave people the blueprint, man. People are really gonna love the show. They're gonna be. This is great.
So one of my favorite Instagram feeds of all time. Two of them are the TSA. Do you follow TSA on Instagram?
No.
Treat
my gosh.
yourselves. They basically post all the shit people try and smuggle in. Batman chucking stars, like those medieval clubs. People try and sneak in snakes.
Well, that's
every
stupid.
kind of gun that you can think of, like cane guns and guns made out of sunglasses. And they post all the weird stuff they confiscate.
Wow.
It is an absolutely fantastic Instagram feed. And then the other one I follow is called passenger shaming. Do you follow that one at all?
That's so mean. What are they doing?
They basically post like anytime I don't know, like some Karen freaks out on an airplane or something like that.
Okay, I like that. Yeah,
They'll post the video of it
okay.
of people who are basically assholes when they travel,
Yeah.
and they post that on there. That's a really 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 good one.
There's a lot of
because people freak out about the dumbest.
people do freak out about the dumb things. Yeah.
Boy, you guys don't follow. I feel like you don't travel at all. What the fuck?
No.
So
Because Collin's so chill, bro.
Here's
I can see him, man.
Here's a
chill.
question I really like. You know, when I'm having a conversation about travel, because I love talking about travel. Ian,
Yes.
plane,
Bam, bam.
train, boat, or automobile?
Okay.
Your favorite mode
Oh, my gosh.
for traveling to getting to your destination.
Well, plane's faster, obviously, right? But
Yeah.
I don't like.
Like, if you could
turbulence.
only choose
I don't
one.
like turbulence. I
don't
still-
think anybody.
Yeah.
I don't think
I-
anyone's
like, I
ever
can't
said, "Boy,
handle
you know
it."
what I like."
No, but
Turbulence.
like it's not even like
I don't.
I can't
Maybe.
handle it. It's not even I can't handle it. Like I just people are like I don't like I can't handle it.
Yeah.
I hate it. Like I just want to be smooth. Like and I always get mad at the pilot. Like I'm thinking he's doing
Like
it.
it's his fault.
I'm like, dude, straighten this up. Like stop playing with me, right? So I'm always
Stop
in my
hitting
head.
potholes.
Yeah, like I'm like, bruh, come on, man. But honestly, I would honestly like boat, but like watching the Titanic and all that stuff, I don't know, and being like
Jesus
some
Christ.
of those cruises and stuff,
Yeah.
like chilling. Like I'm just thinking, like, dude,
Costa Concordia. Are you
right?
talking about?
Like I'm just saying the one like Italy, the one that bailed on this, but I'm like,
Yeah, I think that was the Costa.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know, bro. Like
Or being
honestly,
locked on the cruise ship. Remember during
That's what
COVID?
I'm saying. Yeah, that's what
when
I'm saying. That lock,
those
yeah.
people were on the boat for
That's-
like 60 days.
So that's what I'm
crazy.
saying,
eating
bro.
leather belts and like crapping over the balconies.
So
like
Eating leather belts.
they had used up all the food, and I mean I'm probably exaggerating.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, oh, that's.
Yeah, man. I don't know because I always gotta think. I gotta take the positives, right?
Sure.
And I gotta weigh the negatives, right?
Sure.
So that's why I kind of like, do I fly? But I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough question for me because like I just train. Honestly, would be cool.
Ian, you have to pick one.
I have to pick one.
Yeah.
I go train because then I take my time. I could eat. I could stop, and I know like train, God forbid, but I think I'd be all right. Yeah, I'd do train.
Train?
I'd do
Yeah.
train. I'd take my time. I'll go train.
Collin.
I'm gonna break it into two. Domestically,
Oh,
a car.
Ooh.
Ooh,
A car for a road
yo,
trip.
you like doing road trips?
Well, yeah.
Let's go.
But not internationally,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
internationally it's like you don't know what you're
Yeah.
driving into. At least in America, like
Yeah.
you can understand where
Yeah.
you're going.
Sure.
If I'm in like Turkey where
Yeah.
we were, I'm like, I don't know if this is a bad area.
Yeah, come
or
to this
not.
alley.
You know what I'm
Come
to
saying?
this, sir.
Right.
Or even following road signs. If it's
Oh,
not,
yeah.
a lot of times you can be in another country and you can sort of pick out what it is. When you're in a, if you're like in an Islamic country where it's squiggly lines,
Right.
or you're in China or something like that, or an Asian country, and it's all these symbols and stuff. I can't even remotely figure out what any of it
Absolutely,
is. And
yeah.
so that has to make it much more difficult to take a car.
And then driving on the other side of the road
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff.
That is
Oh, yeah.
always bizarre.
It was so weird. Like just thinking about it is always. I always confuse myself, but like
Yeah.
once I actually did it, I was like, "Oh,
It was
this is
cool,
easy."
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're always at the center line, right?
True. That's a good point.
But yeah, internationally, I'm gonna say train if it's like a high speed train.
Like a bullet train or
see?
something like that.
I've had some. Well, slow trains are good if it's an overnight train, and I'm like,
You could.
I have a bed and
That's what I'm
whatnot,
saying.
you know.
Yeah,
So I
Good
like
drink
train
on the train.
Yeah, I like train because it's like smooth.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about
Yes,
anything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know,
They got bathrooms on
so
board.
true.
right? Yeah,
So true.
Sure.
yeah.
I like that. I
I
like
think
that.
for me, domestically, it's definitely going to be a car. Like when me and Jen travel, we fly to where we get to, but like I would drive. Like I would drive if I had more time to. You only have so much PTO.
Serious.
Right.
You would?
But
That's
like
cool.
me and Jen have done some incredible road trips. We drove from New York City all the way to Portland, Maine, and we hit up like
Damn.
all Rhode Island and New Jersey and Philly and Vermont and New
Yeah, 'cause
Hampshire.
you guys want to see stuff.
We did one out west where we drove from Bismarck, North Dakota, south to Rapid City, South Dakota, and then went west to Yellowstone and ended up in Washington.
You like looking at parks and statues. Yeah. you
Yeah.
have- that's the
Oh,
best way.
that was a dig.
Buildings.
No, I'm just
yeah.
saying
Yeah.
buildings and skyscrapers.
I like. There's
Ah.
something about when you fly. There's something about like landing in your destination and getting out that is very different than going by car and you're traveling
'Cause
to
you
your
can't see
destination.
that stuff,
You're
right?
seeing
You're
the
missing-
landscapes
yeah,
change.
that's
like
true.
for the United States, I know exactly where the Appalachian Mountains start and begin, where the Sierra
Damn.
Nevada
See,
begins,
yeah.
and
There
I
goes.
know
I love it.
I know how like the Great Plains, like the distance. You're driving for
I love
fucking
it.
8 hours at 100 miles an hour, and there's nothing there. I know how the landscapes change. Rather
Mm-hmm.
than you land somewhere, and it's just like you could be a mile away from your house for all you know.
Yeah.
Driving somewhere, I feel like you're actually traveling to your destination. So I really like that. Over like out of the country, I don't know.
Dang. You don't
I mean, obviously, I'd have to be a plane because I suppose you could take a boat to get
you could
there.
take a boat. You could take a train. You could hop on a couple of trains. I'm sure.
Ferry.
I've never done
Ferry?
I've
Yeah.
never done like a cruise or a boat proper to another country.
don't
So I'm
either.
gonna have to say, I guess, flying. But I don't
Yeah.
like flying.
So, yo, Collin, so how was, I gotta know this, man. This has like been on that like tip of my tongue. How was China, bro? Like, how was this, man? Because like, dude, obviously watching the Olympics and obviously it's Tokyo.
Yeah.
Dude, how is it? Like, because they got so much good culture and everything. Like, how was it, man?
It was amazing. Like I said, the food was great. People are very curious about
Yeah.
you. So like if they see you're a foreigner and you're like in maybe, I mean, this even happens in big cities
Yeah.
too sometimes, but like smaller cities, people come up to you, take a photo. Like they want to just take photos with you. So when you first get there, you kind of feel like a little celebrity,
That's
right?
awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, China, like my experience there as a foreigner,
Yeah.
I felt like I was exempt from society, which in turn made me actually feel more free than I was back home.
Interesting.
Because, they don't view you as a part of society, right? They're just as tourists that's visiting and whatnot, even if you're living there.
So how was your place? Was the place nice? Did you live in like?
Oh, yeah. So I was in like I have a video about this, but I had a 6-bedroom place for like $500 a month.
Are you serious?
What?
6 bedrooms?
Let's
Yeah.
go, dude.
My buddy and I, we split it. He got the bottom
Yeah.
part of the place with 3 bedrooms. I got the top part with 3 bedrooms.
Dude, sweet.
Was
It
it
was-
like a mansion?
It was pretty big, but no, it was just like these apartment buildings.
And it was just like amazing.
Yeah,
Just-
but the thing is, obviously, just like any other real estate, it's dependent on location. So
Yeah,
Sure.
I was in a city called the Tier 3 city, which is it's an 8 million people population city,
God.
but that's considered a small city to the locals there.
Do you know how many people live in China?
It's like 1.4 billion, I think, something around. It's up there.
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah.
That
And
is a
then
lot
you're
of
just
people.
you're just going back and forth, just hanging out. Like your days, man, was just
Yeah. So I was teaching English at the time. So
sweet.
I maybe taught 20 to 30 hours a week. And like I said, with the apartment, the school gives you a stipend for your apartment as well.
Oh wow.
Dude,
So
I
it's a
need to
good
get this
deal.
gig, bro.
Right.
I gotta do this.
Speaking of your gig,
God.
so on your YouTube channel, you have 1.4
Jeez.
million subscribers.
Unbelievable.
I went and looked.
Unbelievable.
You have 153 million views on your videos.
jeez.
One of your videos, the Beijing fake market spree video, has over 30 million views. What is it like, or what was it like? Kind of walk us through what it was like when that first video popped off. And all of a sudden, you were like, I think I'm onto something.
Yeah,
like,
got it.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
and all of a sudden, you wake up the next day and you don't have 10, 15 notifications on your phone. You have
Yeah.
thousands and thousands. What was that like, getting the followers and the subscribers and finally getting some attention on
You
what you
getting
were
paid.
creating?
You must be getting paid a little bit, no?
Well, yeah, now I do. But
Yeah.
back then it was, I didn't meet the requirements to get monetization.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so when one of my first videos started to like actually pop off and I saw my channel like grow overnight kind of, it was a Shanghai fake market video. So I'd already done a couple of those videos, but and those were like the best performers on my channel at the time.
Yeah.
Sure.
But so I was coming home summer of 2017. I filmed the video in Shanghai, came home, edited it, and like that just like started to pop off. And then I had another video that I had to edit. And like
Dang,
that,
so
like
you're
just
just
compounded,
rolling on-
right?
Yes.
So I went from like, I was in China for like a couple of years at this point. I had 1,000 subscribers during that whole time. Like overnight, it
That's
like bumped up to
crazy.
5,000. Then like a week later, I went back to China. It was like at 26,000. I'm like, I just felt like so like
Right?
wow, this is actually happening. So I came to this crossroads because at the time I wasn't doing just fake market videos. I was doing like other videos about like ghost towns in China,
Sure.
which is a total nother
Jeez.
topic. Which
Wow, that's
like so it's like exploration
crazy,
videos and
dude.
like just my
Ooh.
daily life in China. And I was like, I can continue doing these fake markets,
Yeah.
or I can continue putting out other kind of stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try it. We're doing it, fake markets, and they just kept going and started.
Now,
popping
didn't you once you started like getting a lot of success on YouTube, didn't you like come back to the States and all of a sudden you were like, dude, I need to get back to China ASAP to like keep the ball rolling?
Yeah. Well, my editing these videos take a long time to edit.
Okay.
So
Oh,
whenever
do
I
they?
do leave, they're quick to film.
Right?
Yeah.
Take
Right?
a long
That's what I was
time
gonna
to
say.
edit.
But
So-
yeah, you want to put all that stuff in. Yeah, I get that. I get
so
that.
I can. So like I just came home from Tanzania, Zanzibar. I have 2 videos
What?
to edit, but that's gonna 2 videos are gonna take like a month to edit.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
Colin,
So-
you got it. Your next trip, Martin and I need to be there, or
Yes.
one of us need to be there because I need to be there.
Absolutely.
Dude, you gotta give me
You're
the
free
heads
whenever,
up because
man.
I need to come and just, dude, this would be hilarious. Imagine just watching this guy barking. I'm there. I'm like, yeah, let's
Right.
get this Gucci bag. Dude, I need to.
Dude,
be
I feel
there.
like Ian, you would love that
Dude,
shit.
I
Love
know.
it.
I think this is like I'm looking
Gucci
at stuff. I'm like, bro, I got
slippers.
these. We got them from the Lolo, and
Yeah.
we got. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that'd be awesome.
So, all right, we're gonna go around the table. Best places you've ever been, or best place you've ever been to, you've ever traveled to. What's the best place you've ever traveled to?
Ooh,
I know that's a tough question.
I mean, I think I've been to a couple, but I think Germany was pretty good. Yeah, Germany was good.
Germany.
I like Germany. It was all right. It was chill.
I'm gonna say just Asia in general.
Dang.
I've been
Okay.
to so many
Asia.
countries there that
I gotta go there.
it's just so hard to choose like one. Like China, Philippines, Bali, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia,
Dang, look at them just knock
Malaysia,
these names
Singapore,
off.
like all those
Bro, I gotta
places, they have their own appeal to them. You know
Sure,
what I'm
sure.
saying? So
Sweet.
even like India, man, India was chaotically amazing. Like
Yeah, Bollywood, baby.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm doing all that stuff. I'm watching all
Yeah.
those moves, man. They're cool down there.
man, India, I love India.
they
man.
get down, man. Their food is good. Like my parents are
Yeah.
West Indians, so I know that curry, boy. Jeez.
That sounds tasty. That sounds tasty.
Yeah, man.
I think mine would be. This is gonna sound
Oh, I
super like romantic
You
in
can
a
say
lame
Paris.
way, but it was our honeymoon. But
it was in Paris?
no, it was in a little island called St. Lucia. That's kind of like off the coast of it's in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
But it's the most un-Americanized place I've ever been to. Like driving on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And it was just. I've never felt so far away from home, and that feeling was amazing. I mean, you guys know what that feels like to look around and be like and feel like such an outsider and see and feel and experience nothing that's recognizable. I think that was probably my favorite place
Nice.
that I've ever been to. Okay, least favorite place you've ever been to.
Oh,
That disappointed you the most, where you got there and you're like, "Yep, we can get on the plane and just go right the fuck back home."
oh man, I don't know. I wouldn't really. It's all an experience for me. So even like least desire. I mean, what's that detailed? Like, what's it in there? Like you're
That's
not
for you
happy.
to decide.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm cool with. Yeah, if I'm not.
I guess that would be.
I'm not high maintenance.
Is
Like
there,
I feel
is
like
there
I'm
a
not high
place
maintenance.
you'd never go back to that you've been to, where you're like, yeah, I'm good if I never go back there again?
I won't go camping. So that's it.
It's camping.
No, I
so
won't go camping.
the woods.
Yeah, like I just won't go camping. But honestly, if you got a place, literally, like this is the difference between everyone's like, if there's a shower, I can brush my teeth, and I could get changed. I'm really good, and I got something to eat. I'm pretty good. Like that's why camping. Some days, all my boys are like, let's go camping, and it's like, no, 2 days without, no, it's not gonna work. But I don't know, Martin, man, I'm cool with that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. No,
So you're just good.
I think I'm good, dude. Like I'm trying to think, like all the bad experiences just been maybe it was like boring or I was with the wrong people. Like seriously,
Yeah.
it wasn't,
Yeah.
like because I can make the best out of anything. Like it's I don't know, yeah.
I'm 110% with you on that. I'm the same way. It's just
Yeah.
about the experience, and I understand if I name a specific place right now, which I will. That's all because that's my experience about it.
exactly.
You know,
Sure.
Maybe I missed a whole bunch of other stuff.
So then we got to go back. Then maybe
Right.
we might have to go back.
Right,
Do
but
over.
I have no desire to go back to a place, Colombo, Sri Lanka.
Okay.
But
Colombia, Sri Lanka.
but I just hate that because I know if there's
Yeah, listeners are gonna be like, what are you talking about?
Nah, who gives a shit?
No, that's
Right.
good though. They're gonna hit them up. They're gonna be like, what are you
cares?
talking about? Come to my place.
Right.
I hope they bug me.
That's awesome.
it was just I don't know.
What happened?
It just didn't seem like there was much to do there,
Yeah.
and this wasn't even during COVID either. Like I don't know.
Sure.
So it was just like boring. There
It was just pretty boring.
so not
yeah.
even like statues for Martin to look at, or
No.
or like Oasis.
I'm not a
or
statue guy, kind
or
of.
like buildings. What about mountains? I love Martin because he's into all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I love it. It's intriguing to me.
Yeah.
So. But it was just boring.
It was There was it just felt like there was nothing to do. Yeah.
What were the natives people doing there then?
I don't know.
How's the hotel? Was the hotel good?
The hotels are good. Yeah, I stayed at this hostel and it was real nice.
And then just nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody's moving around. No one's.
Nothing to do.
It just,
do
but
that
like
at
I
home.
said, I don't research places before I go. Typically,
Boy, I'm the
Time
opposite.
out. Time out. Wait a minute. You're doing this stuff and you're just going in?
I book a
this is
flight like
awesome.
3 days out.
What?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
You're a boss, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my! I would be,
I'm not even joking.
dude. This is. And then how do you pick your hotel? Like when you get there, you're just like,
He covers his eyes and goes.
the day, like so.
Lowers his finger down and goes-
So basically, wait, hold on. So 3 days, you pick the trip, and then you're like picking the hotel too.
Yeah,
This is
That's nuts.
gnarly.
I have
dude.
videos where I
This
don't.
is gnarly.
I have videos where I go for 24 hours just to like I don't research. I just go there. I have to bargain for everything for 24 hours. Like
What?
as soon as I get off the airplane, I have to bargain for the taxi. The taxi takes me to a hotel. I have to bargain the hotel. If I don't get it, my rule is if I can't bargain it, I can't get it.
Dude, this
so
is amazing.
technically, I could be sleeping outside at night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
What the?
That's
This guy
nuts.
is
Yeah.
crazy. That's awesome. Martin, I don't even know what to say. This is incredible.
I could never do that,
Dude, I know.
I research the shit
Right?
out of
Or like, what about
places.
if you get there and you're like, dude, the guy's like, yeah, I'll give you a place in my
I
house.
have
Right.
when I travel, I have like a note on my iPhone with like all the like restaurants and, and
yeah.
things to do and see because
Yeah.
one of my things for when I travel somewhere is that I can't stand. Here's a pet peeve. Circling back to that thing,
Yeah.
is getting somewhere and then you're like, where do you want to eat? What do you want to do?
You're
and
so
then you,
organized,
and then
Martin.
you,
You got it.
waste a bunch of time on your vacation fucking around on Google on your phone. So I can just be like, oh, you want breakfast? Here, these places we already looked. These are cool. Let's try
That's
this one, and then
crazy.
you can just go on to enjoy. That's pool.
Yeah.
That takes away from pool time and,
Hey,
and bar time when I'm on
boy.
Google and Yelp trying to find things to do.
Maybe
That's
that's
so
the
funny.
difference is because like you have a certain amount of time, right?
Yeah.
So like you're going for like a week.
Sure.
Mine's always open ended.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really care to research anything.
I would probably do it how you do then, in that
you'd be
circumstance.
I'd be scared. I'd love that, but I'd be scared. Oh, that's crazy.
That is kind of
that's like living on the edge, dude.
It is.
To be fair, I would do the same thing if I had a set time. Probably, I probably would research a lot more just because I know like it'll say, especially with like Google Maps.
Yeah.
You're trying to find a restaurant. Oh, you're walking 3 miles to this restaurant. Oh, it's just an abandoned building.
Yeah. See, that's how I end up in my least favorite place I've ever traveled to because I never researched it.
Right.
Which was
what was it?
Manchester, New Hampshire. It wasn't so much that there wasn't buildings or monuments or shit to do. It was a really cool, awesome, old New England city.
Okay.
It was the people that left so much to be desired. It was just. And maybe it was because there was like a classic car festival thing going on or something. But like everyone was just intimidating. And I felt like they knew we were tourists and it was just the service was horrible. Everyone just looked fucking pissed off. Damn. And I was just like, you know what? If I never come back to Manchester, New Hampshire again, sorry for anybody that lives there, but it was just the people left a lot to be desired.
Wow.
And so
that's interesting.
That would be.
So there was nothing to look at. There was lots
of stuff to look at. But when it came down to interacting with the people, which for me is something big for traveling.
The bars weren't good?
That's the whole experience.
Yeah, the people were just, the bartenders were assholes, the people were assholes.
Shit.
It was just...
Damn. I'm sorry to hear that.
I know, right?
New Hampshire, man.
If you could only visit one more place, so if someone said, tonight, you can hop on a plane or whatever, and you can go to anywhere, but that's it. You can never travel again. Ian, what is that place?
I gotta go to the Caribbean, right? Like my parents are from there, so like I like the food. I know where I'm gonna be at. I'm good. Like I would say Europe, but I just wouldn't know like anybody. You know what I mean? It'd be sightseeing, but that could be cool too, though, right? But
one place,
I would say I'd say probably like Jamaica, Trinidad.
Nice. I've always wanted to go to
where
Trinidad.
Where my parents are from, I've been there a ton of times.
Are they from Trinidad?
My dad is from Jamaica. My mom's from Trinidad.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Trinidad.
I'm an island baby. I got that warm blood in me, baby.
Yeah. Let me know next time you
Canadian.
You go.
Yeah, all right.
We're gonna be going to Curacao in I think 3 years.
Dude, I need to go on a trip with Collin, okay? First thing, this is on my list now. Like, my list just keeps, with this show, my list keeps getting bigger and bigger. Like, I didn't have a bucket list. Now my bucket list is disgusting now. Gosh. What about you, Collin?
You could go to one place. It could be somewhere you've never been.
Okay.
Somewhere you have been to.
That's what I was going to ask. I'm going to say Tokyo. That's always been my bucket list city. And the reason I haven't gone yet is because I don't want to go there feeling like I have to work.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go there for like a vacation.
Sure.
And I was going to do that, but then COVID hit.
The Olympics were there, though. Tokyo looked great, man.
I would love to go there.
Great time.
Cool. It's like my ultimate bucket list.
Okay, we got to go then.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta go.
Rose trip to Tokyo.
I'm going. I gotta go somewhere with this guy. You think I'm joking? And we're gonna film it.
Yeah.
Dude, we gotta go. I gotta go. What about you, Martin?
Mine would probably, most definitely, I was thinking about it as we were going around. I was like, shit, am I gonna change my answer? But I think it would be Cape Town, South Africa. I've wanted to go there for so long. And it was something we had discussed about for like our honeymoon, but it's like halfway around the world.
Yeah.
I have a friend who lives there who I'd love to see. We could stay with him, but for some reason I really want to go to Cape Town, South Africa, and just kind of explore the whole coast. That or Dubai. Would be the other one. Dubai looks
that looks sick. Dang.
So yeah, dude, when's your next trip?
Dude.
Probably end of September.
Yes.
Where are you
oh my
going?
gosh, that gives me time. Dude.
Yeah, so Ian, get your stuff packed up. Get all your.
You think I'm joking? No, that's the problem. You think I'm joking?
Where are you going?
I don't know yet.
Dude, this is crazy.
But you're going. But
I'm going somewhere.
This is the craziest thing ever. I love it. Oh my gosh.
Dude, thank you so much for hopping on this episode. Travel is something that I love talking about. And it's so much fun and it's so interesting. Just our three unique. Yeah. It's interesting how people what they take away from traveling. Here's one last question. What do you say to people who maybe can't afford to travel but want to? Because I think
that's a great question.
I think a lot of people think that like if I don't go to Jamaica or if I don't go to Portugal or something like that, like,
or they don't travel because they don't have enough money.
Exactly.
You can make trips.
Exactly.
Airbnb is huge.
Dude,
$20 a night. I mean,
even in your own city. Like me and Jen just went. This is going to sound bad, but I had never been to Racine, Wisconsin in my entire life.
Gosh,
me and Jen went there 2 weeks ago. We spent the whole day there. I was like, fuck, man, I could go for a long weekend here. It was.
So what'd you see there?
we were on the lakefront. We were walking around there. We hit up a bunch of really cool bars and restaurants. Got gelato. It was a awesome, gorgeous little city. And so I think about that, and it's just like like you said, Collin, you can just get a little Airbnb somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't have to travel 2,000-3,000 miles or halfway around the world. You can hop in a car and you can do a lot of things for cheap, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, you'll be surprised.
Yeah. That's crazy. So, Collin, where can they find you, man? Where can they plug you? I need to know all that because honestly, everyone's got to check out your Instagram. It is fire, and the YouTube is off the chart. But start with the YouTube. Start with the Instagram, and then you can go to YouTube. It's just you'll get the whole file.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Instagram at Collinabroadcast.
Bam.
YouTube Collinabroadcast. Facebook Collinabroadcast.
Twitter? Are you on
Twitter at Collinsphere.
Ooh.
Yeah. I tried changing it to a broadcast, but it's one character too long.
Yeah, dude, I hate that. That's what was when we were doing our podcast. That's why we're at Said No One Pod because we couldn't get Said No One Ever.
God,
it was like too long on Twitter, and I was like,
God, I love Twitter, right?
Collin, dude,
you're the man.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks for bringing me on. This has been an awesome chat we had.
It has been.
Great job. Bam, let's go. Dude, this is incredible.
That was awesome. That was great.
That was a fun episode.
Dude, you're like, I could talk to you for days, bro.
Absolutely, bro.
Dude, I know. I could have been on that for I could ask him I'm trying to keep the show short. Yeah. Dude, I could have asked him I was like, dude, how do you oh my god.
I could have easily gone.
Oh my gosh, bro. I'm like, dude.
How long?
I don't know.
That was 42 minutes. That's our longest one.
No, but we didn't start right.
Hit spacebar?
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Catch us on our social at Said No One Pod.
See you next time.
The next topic you never knew you wanted to hear about.